I'm going to show you how to do a face black explosion tutorial in Photoshop. So open up an image of a face into Photoshop. One with a black background looks best with the effect. Double click the background layer to convert it into a new layer and rename it background. Hitting OK when you're done. You're going to want to create a new layer, so go up to the top bar and hit Layer, New Layer, OK, and place it under the background layer. Double click the new layer and go to Pattern Overlay. Select the pattern with the blocks, and if you don't have it, hit this arrow, Patterns, and it will have the pattern that you need. Hit OK. Go back up to the background layer, and in the drop-down menu above where it says Normal, change Normal to Multiply. You are going to want to go back down to the new layer, Layer 1 after, and select the paint bucket tool, which is right under the gradient tool, and click on your image. After that, go back up to your background layer, selecting the rectangular marquee tool, and in the top left corner, make sure the second set of rectangles are selected, which is the Add to Selection. Holding Shift or Control, make boxes on one half of the face of your model, making sure you get key features such as eyes, eyebrows, nose, ears, and lips. Make sure to create a good amount of boxes, or else the end result will look as good as it should. Once you're done, hit Command J and change Multiply back to normal. Rename this layer Box or Blocks, so double click Layer 2 and type in Blocks and hit Enter. Double click the Blocks layer, click Bevel and Emboss, and change the size from 5 to 3 pixels. Hit Enter when you're done, and hit Control or Command J to create a Blocks copy. Select the arrow tool, hold Shift, and move your copy to the left of the face of your image. Once you do that, go back up to the menu bar, select Edit, Transform, Perspective, hold Shift, and move the bottom right corner to angle your image, hitting Enter when you're done. And once again, going back up to Edit, Transform, or selecting Scale, holding Shift, and widening your image, hitting Enter when you're done. After this, you're going to select your blocks layer, hit Control or Command U to bring up hue and saturation, and change the lightness to -90, hitting OK when you're done. Select the block copy layer and do Control or Command J twice to make 2 new copies, and make sure they are above both the blocks and blocks copy layer. With block layer 3 selected, go to Filter at the top, Blur, Radial Blur, make sure the blur method is zoom and quality is good, and change the amount to 50. Then select the blocks copy 2, back up to Filter, Blur, Radial Blur, but changing the amount to 15, and hitting OK. With the cursor selected, hold Shift, and move your image just about to the right of the nose of the model in your image. Select the block copy layer and do Control T or Command T to transform it. Hold Shift and widen your original image to the left. Do the same for block copy 2 and 3 and stretch them to your likings. Hit Enter whenever you're done, transforming each layer. Once you do that, you're going to want to select each block layer by selecting Shift, Command, or Control, and hitting Control or Command G to put them into one group. You can rename this group by double-clicking it and rename it Blocks. Bring down the layers in the Blocks group and select the block copy layer. You want to go back up to Edit at the menu bar, Transform, Perspective, hold Shift, and drag the bottom right corner to angle it once again, hitting Enter when you're done. And then going back up to Edit, Transform, Edit, Transform, Scale, and widening your image, and hitting enter when you're done. Once you do that, you may need to move around block copy too. So hold shift, and if need be, move it around until it satisfies you. Hit enter when you're done. And select the original blocks layer. And you're going to want to create a layer mask. So at the bottom of the layers, there is a gray rectangle with a white circle. Select that to add a layer mask. Hit Control or Command I to invert the color. And then scroll down your layers where it says Layer 1, where we have the pattern of the lines. You're going to want to hit the I so it doesn't show up, so nobody will know that the grid was there. And once you do that, you're done. So go up to File, Save As. You can save as a Photoshop or a JPEG. Hit Save, OK, and you're done.